Hello, everybody, and welcome to the off-season episode of the Colorado Rockies franchise. Now, this isn't live, and I may have... Okay, so last night I tried to record the first month, but I was completely zonked, and those clips sound like shit, so I'm just gonna go and take you on a bit of a journey of what our off-season has been so far. So, we've re-signed the vast majority of our farm system. Yeah, most of our farm team has come back. We've let go a couple guys. I know we let, what's his name? I'm still very concerned about how Austin Barnes somehow managed to make the get into free agency, but honestly, I kind of want him. No, I'm not, we're fine. But, okay. Did the fucking Dodgers just release him? Did not offer, okay. Okay, so our players. Apparently we released Jake Lamb, even though I swear to God I offered him an extension, but we sent a couple guys down. Okay, let's go to the very beginning of the offseason. We brought back the vast majority of players. We let a few guys into free agency. We purchased the contracts of some guys. We re-signed a bunch of guys. Pletko, Hampson, Tapia, Jim Bornstein. More re-signings. Sam Hilliard on a 1-year, $950,000 contract. And then free agency came. We signed this random potential closer who was sitting in free agency. We signed Josh Harrison, Mike Leake, Josh Reddick, Greg Holland, and Kyle Bearclaw. So, yes, Josh Reddick is probably going to be our fourth or fifth outfielder. Harrison is probably going to be our play-everywhere guy. And Hampson is going to start next season in the minor leagues. That was unacceptable, how horrible his last season was. And I don't really know what we're going to do with Josh Reddick yet, but I just like his skill set, so yes. Kyle Bearclaw, or wherever the fuck he is. Please tell me the game did not... Oh my god. Yes, I would like to add Kyle Bearclaw to the 40-man roster. Thank you. Yeah, Kyle Bearclaw, 2-year, like $4 million contract. Did not pitch in 2020. His biggest flaw is the fact that he walks way too many people. So we're gonna hope that he doesn't do that this year. He probably will. I swear to God, I was planning on releasing what's his name. So. Also, why the fuck is Diaz not in the majors? Yeah, I think I'm going to start the season with Diaz in the majors over Dom Nunez, because Dom was just terrible. like Diaz wasn't any better in the majors, but he was really good in AAA. So, he's my backup catcher for next season. We extended Tony Walters on through 2026, and that was about it. Anyways, back to simming forward a bit. Okay, so here's the non-tender deadline. Let's see who hits free agency. Mike Tauchman. Merrill Kelly. Why the Diamondbacks let him walk after that, I don't know, but... Yoenis Cespedes is still a free agent. Bryant Goodwin, Travis Shaw. Howie Kendrick. Travis Jankowski. Brendan Drury. I thought the fucking Cardinals signed him. Unless they just fucking released him for some reason. Which would be stupid if they did. Like Tiger. Huh. John Burry was an all-star last year and he got released. That's interesting. Herman Perez. G-Man Choi. I'm still, like, interested in G-Man Choi, but I haven't made any final decisions on him yet. And by that I mean I'm probably not signing him. Cam Gallagher, Christian Bethencourt. Kevin Plawecki. He was actually solid in Boston last year. Christian Heim. Jonah Heim. Carter Kieboom got released. Ryan Lanaway. Here's an interesting thing. Tyler Thornburg. Tyler Lyons. I'll offer him a contract. Then pitchers. Spencer Turnbull. Yeah, he's not that good. Like, I don't really want to bring in another starting pitcher, but Jesus Christ, the Merrill Kelly is really tempting to bring in. Especially considering I'm not even gonna need that much money. Like $2 million? Oh fuck, I only need like 500,000 to bring him in. 750,000, and he's a solid starter. 64 career starts over the past 2 seasons, and he has an ERA of 4.48, and he's picked up 3.9 wins above replacement. He's a really solid guy. Beginning his age 32 season. I'm gonna make this offer. It's really gonna throw a fucking hole in my goddamn plans, because I already have Ethan Small, Brandon Gold, Adam Pletko, Mike Leake, Chichi Gonzalez, Ryan Castellani, and Ryan Rolston fighting for that last starter spot, for that 5th starter spot. Bringing in another guy. No, I don't need him. I'm not gonna make that. I'm not gonna offer him that. You have way too many guys fighting for that last spot in rotation. Is there any starters here that could be good relievers? Kendall Graveman? No. Mike Montgomery was a reliever for a while. He was actually a solid reliever. I am going to make him an offer. Logan Allen. I'm not touching Matt Harvey with a 10-foot pole, especially after what came out about him recently. Jhoulys Chacin. His 2011 must have been something else. 2010, 2011, 2012, this guy was good. 2013, he came back. 2014, he wasn't very good, and then they just let him go. I don't... Is it possible that Jhoulys Chacin is one of the more underrated pitchers of the past, like, 20 years? That was Detweiler. Chris Mazza. David Hess. I know he was in the... I I know he was in the Nationals farm system last year. Wei and Chen. Tyson Ross. Aaron Northcraft. Nah. Adam Warren. You know what? Fuck it. I will offer Adam Warren a minor league contract. Okay, so those are our non-tender wire guys. Mike Montgomery, Tyler Lyons, and Adam Warren. 3 relief pitchers. Okay, so I was looking through catchers. We are short on catchers. We're also short on relief pitchers, but I need to move some of those starters over to relievers, so... But I noticed Jonah Heim sitting out here. He hasn't made any major league appearances. And he's pretty cheap, so I'm gonna lock him up. Might even go and grab another one. Let's go grab Rob Brantley as another backup. Give him 650,000. So yeah, now we have 7 catchers, and now I can feel comfortable. Be back in a bit. Okay, we continue along. Okay, so we skipped a couple weeks. Those free agents did sign. We have acquired, who the fuck is it? Mike Montgomery, Jonah Heim, Rob Brantley, Adam Warren, and Tyler Lyons. Unfortunately, Tyler Lyons isn't on the roster. The only one who's currently on the roster is Mike Montgomery. 69 overall, 1 year, $2 million as a reliever. He's not coming off a particularly great season. 5.57 ERA. But there's hope, so maybe he'll be good. Anyways, we're quickly approaching the Rule 5 draft, and I don't think we're going to be able to take part in this because I don't think we have any open roster spots. Holy fuck, we can. That's a guy I'd want to take, but usually I wait another year. Austin Adams. Why the fuck is Ramos always available? I'm probably going to take Ramos. Who's been taken? Why the fuck was Mancini available? Why do the goddamn Orioles never put him on their 40-man roster? And the Yankees never do the same with fucking Herman. I'm going to take Ramos. It's just a tradition at this point in my franchises to take Ramos. He either becomes the closer of the future, or he flames out after like 2 seasons. So, now we have to fucking deal with the repercussions of another relief pitcher on this fucking roster. Oh, God. It doesn't appear that there's been much action. Who's left in free agency? Cespedes, Para... Like, I can see most of these players not getting a team. Herrera, eh? He's probably had his last chance because of the domestic assault thing combined with underperformance. So yeah, I can see this being the end for him. Jake Fraley. Ben Zobrist, Ched Jerko. Yeah, we don't have any room. Time to go past this. Ramos, Gray, Dahl, McMahon, Diaz, Pezos. Okay, now we can. Well, I'm gonna sim till the next Monday. But okay, we can finally do trade talks. And there's a certain third baseman who has been causing us a lot of issues, and the team has given me the ultimate and he's given us the ultimatum to trade him, or he's not coming back. Or he's going to opt out. So, fuck, we have to... We can listen to offers. The Rays, Wander Franco, Dylan Cousins, Jordan Groshans, Woods Richardson, Isaacs. Not a bad offer. I don't understand why the Tigers would want him. You have Josh Donaldson. You I could see. Jordan Alvarez. No. Okay, let's take a little look around here and see what team. I could see the Mets making an offer. Brett Beatty, Andres Jimenez, Adam Windsor. Pirates, don't really see them making an offer. And then I'm not taking an interdivisional trade. I'm not giving him to a team that's... Okay, so the Mariners, I can see. They're trying to compete. Their third baseman at the moment is Dylan Moore. Oh, fucking... Okay, so no Arenado. Let's go and see what the best possible package we could get back from the Mariners would be. Given that they're a solid up-and-coming team. They got a top two. They've got two great starters. They have too many starters, honestly. Justin Dunn, probably not. Okay, Justice Sheffield isn't signed. Weird. Taylor Trammell. Sheds Long. And George Kirby? Okay, Logan Gilbert would be too much. I don't really know how much I'd buy. Actually, Shed Long has really good discipline. Whew. Hey, take a fucking look at this. Rockies, I'm actually going to get something back if I make this move. Okay. Kyle Seager. I would like either time. The fact is, I wish you could have like 4 players, because then I would fucking acquire Ty France or Dylan Moore in the deal, so I could have a third baseman. Yeah. The Mariners do at the moment have Kyle Seager. Let's look over at the Blue Jays. They signed Tommy LaStella, but I'm pretty sure if they really wanted, they could move Tommy LaStella somewhere. It would be more convenient. LaStella is a fairly versatile player. He can play first and second. He can also DH, but not really sure if that's the best idea. Let's check out their lineup. Their center fielder is Derek Fisher. Their right fielder is Randall Grichuk. So I could see them maybe moving LaStella to fucking play right field. Also, they signed G-Man Choi. Neat. Yeah, maybe... I could see them being interested, and for some reason... Okay, I gotta go back over to the fucking... Okay, a quick cut. Someone came to my room. Okay, what would the Blue Jays have? Eric Isaac. I'd want Eric Isaac. I'd want Austin Martin. And I'd want the best pitching prospect they have, which right now is Nate Pearson. Alek Manoah It looks like they'd want something back in return. Adam Pletko? Would they want him in their bullpen? Huh. Like, I am perfectly okay with doing this trade, with including him. Chichi Gonzalez. Huh, they'd definitely be interested in this. Nolan Arenado, and we'll even throw in Chichi Gonzalez for Eric Isaacs, who I think is their first-round pick from last year. Who... he's a pretty good outfielder, honestly. Damn, he's actually really promising. A shortstop prospect in Austin Martin, who I'm not entirely high on, but you know what, I'll give him a couple seasons. I'm sure he'll turn into something. And Alek Manoah, who he pitched really well in the minors last year, so there may be something there. And we don't have that pitching prospect. We have a couple nice ones. Ethan Small, Brandon Gold isn't really a prospect, but he pitched amazing in the minors last year. Maybe pitched himself into our future plans. Castellani, Hankins, Monte Curry, he has an 89 potential, so he's good. He could be very good. I like his ratings. I think I like his overall style. It definitely reminds me of a Tim Lincecum type guy, with the flowing hair and the fucking goatee. He's also fairly short, but we don't have that ace type prospect. And Alek Manoah could be that guy. Also, the fucking... also, I do see the irony in the fucking Rockies unloading another top guy onto the fucking Blue Jays, but... who fucking cares, honestly? Am I gonna pull the trigger on this? You know what, Rockies fans, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to watch your guy go again. Nolan Arenado is now a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. He has 5 years left, so... now, since we've committed to blowing it up, would anybody be interested in a Charlie Blackmon? Does any team want a massive DH threat? Like, let's check through the fucking league, see what the DHs are like in the American League. Yankees have Miguel Andujar, who is okay, but okay, you gotta think that the White Sox are gonna actually use Vaughn on opening day and not fucking Holt, but I don't really trust the AI. I don't think the Indians would be willing to spend that much money. So I think the Rockies are trying to get better, but I don't think they'd be willing to accept a trade for this guy. Okay, so the Angels signed Edwin Encarnacion, and they're going to keep Joe Adell as their DH. I see. The Mariners. The Mariners, I see. I see you, CL. And I also see you, Houston. Houston has made some moves to try and get better, so I think they're at least going to think of trying to make a playoff run, but I don't really know how likely that is. Honestly, the two most likely spots are Seattle and Houston, if I were to think of making a Charlie Blackmon trade. Let's just see what his value would be. Mickey Moniak. Okay, that's very unrealistic. That's why I hate the value system in this game. The guy hit 39 home runs, had a fucking 952 OPS last year, and you can place him at DH to outweigh his shitty defense, and you're like, nah, I'm not even willing to give you Mickey Moniak. I'm just gonna make a trade that I think would be likely. I think that would be completely normal. But what I want then Mickey Moniak and Dylan Moore. Like, we now have a huge hole at third base, which I guess we're gonna end up playing Yu Chang at most games next year. And this would open up a huge hole in the fucking outfield, which I guess we would just slot Josh Reddick into, and then call up Tapia. Dylan Moore would take over as the everyday third baseman for next year. And Dylan Moore's a good player, 75 overall. He's B potential. He developed quite well last year, put up mediocre numbers. Ty France is another guy I'd be interested in. Mickey Moniak was a former first overall pick, and he had his best season in the minors last year. He developed quite nicely. He's now a 70 overall. I could, instead of calling up Tapia, we could play him out there, but most likely not. I think we could go for a prospect in the position of need, like grab a Cal Riley, or continue to try and, or go for a second pitching prospect, but listen, the guy came off a near MVP type season. I think this would be fine. Yeah, let's pull the trigger. Okay, so we just shipped off two of the faces of the franchise within seconds of each other. Ramil Tapia. Welcome back to the majors, my buddy. Mi amigo. Josh Harrison, Tyler Nevin. The one thing I will say, we have completely restocked our farm system. This season I would expect David Dahl and Trevor Story to go, as well as John Gray. John Gray could go now, honestly. Anybody need a starter? I think the Twins could use a fifth starter. Keel Badu. No, that's too many center fielders. I don't think we'd go for another center fielder. Yeah, that's enough. Nick Gordon? The GOAT Williams Astudillo, no. Randy Dobnak? No. I don't think there's enough teams going all in for me to really consider trading him away. Like, I think maybe if the fucking A's were desperate enough mid-season, they'd be willing to give us somebody like Robert Poussin. But not now. Billy Beane has been known to make really weird moves during the fucking near the trade deadline. If you don't remember 2014, where he fucking shipped off all of his prospects for John Lester and Jeff Samardzija. And then for some reason the team completely collapsed. I still have no idea how you added so much to that team and then they fell apart. So yeah, that's going to be it for the off-season recap. This team is quite a bit different than last year, considering we just shipped off two of the team's best players. And Trevor Story's next at the deadline. So Freeland and Senzatella have signed away any chance of ever playing for a competitive team. Yeah, I don't think he's actually going to be angry once we get to the regular season. I think he's just angry right now because for some reason your players are always angry during the off-season. Okay, so we're just going to sim the rest of this and see what insane trades get made. Okay, we need to cut 2 people from the organization. Scott, whatever the fuck your name is, yeah, you can go. We still have unfilled coaching positions. Okay, let's take a look at what coaches are left. I usually like to wait till the end to see what coaches are out there, so you don't have to overpay them. Plate discipline, arm strength. You know what? This guy. I like this guy. Five years. He's a 69-year-old case. He's pretty old. Fuck it, I'm also gonna cut my third base coach loose. I'll take these 2 coaches. If you offer them anything less than what they're asking for, they will literally just tell you, "Fuck you! I'm not here to play ball. I'm not gonna play ball." And you know what? I'm gonna go with these 2 because they're younger. Pitching coach. I like this guy. Power contact plate. Contact plate vision. I like this guy. Do I have an offer on a manager? Yes, I do. Okay, let's finish off this. We've gotten our coaches. They all accepted. Now we have an elite coaching staff, which is honestly going to help massively. What the fuck is that final coach? Unless I offered somebody 2 different jobs. Yeah, this guy. We'll go with this guy then. Okay, let's look at the transaction log during all this nonsense. There seems to have been quite a few trades. Cardinals traded a couple of guys for Danny Duffy. Then we have our trades where we flipped Arenado and Chichi Gonzalez for 3 prospects from the Blue Jays, and our trade with the Mariners for Mickey Moniak, Juan Venn, and Dylan Moore. The Pirates, Garrett Crochet, got Garrett Crochet, Matthew Thomas, and Ronaldo Armas for Joe Musgrove. So I guess the White Sox are buying. The Phillies sold off Trevor Williams to the Cardinals. The Mets went and got Lindor for Ahmed Rosario, Ronnie Marcusio, and Lucas Gill. And the Mets picked up Mike Clevenger for Dennis Santana, Lucas Gill, and Lucas Rodriguez. Wow, the Indians are having a fire sale. Carlos Carrasco for Juan Hittleman, Brian Abreu, and Colon Perez. Yankees got Brad Hand for Clint Frazier and Thairo Estrada. Blue Jays got Scott Oberg from the Indians for Billy McKinney and Josh Fuentes. The Mets and Brewers swapped some players. Dominic Smith to the Brewers. That's a massive trade. Oswaldo Arcia had a rough season, and the Mets had a second base hole, so they were like, might as well. Giants acquire Reyes Maranta for a few guys from the Mets. So it looks like the trade market was us and the Indians selling, and the Mets making moves. The Mets made quite a few moves, honestly. The White Sox picked up Joe Musgrove. The Blue Jays made a couple trades. Free agents. Looks like teams are just filling up their rosters. Which, one thing I should probably do before spring training. Oh wait, the roster's filled up. Okay. I'm gonna stick I'm gonna fill up the rest of the 40-man roster. Moniak onto the roster. This guy I'm actually gonna start in Double-A. It's his first year in professional baseball. Austin Martin. Chris Owings. I'm not going to put Martin on the roster. Colton Wilker. I'm not putting you on the 40-man roster either. Honestly, you can start in Double-A too. Yu Chang. Tyler Nevin. Pavin Smith. I think I'm going to throw Pavin Smith on the 40-man roster. Jonah Heim, no. Rob Brantley, no. I'm gonna put... Oh wait, the roster's full. Okay. If that's the case, I think I'm actually gonna take Pavin Smith off the 40-man roster and I'm gonna put Alek Manoah on it. I doubt he makes the team, but this is... Our roster is different, but I'd say the moves we made this offseason have given us a better chance to go on and do something. Because we now have guys like Juan Then in our farm system, Juan Then, Austin Martin, Eric Isaacs, on top Mickey Moniak, on top of guys like Zach Veen, Chris Owens still. Drew Stokes. We still have Yu Chang. Tyler Nevin. Jeromo. I guess he was over there. Like, let's just look at our pitching prospects. Like, we have Kyle Freeland locked up to a long-term deal. We have Alek Manoah. Those two guys can be that can be a devastating 1-2 punch in a few years. We have Herman Marquez, Mont Curry, John Gray, he's on his way out. Chris McMahon, Peter Lambert, Thomas Carey, Juan Then, Ryan Roldenstein, Eric Small. We have a ton of pitching. If worse comes to worse, we can end up fucking trading some of these pitchers out. We can end up trading some of these pitchers in a few years, which would be awesome. If some of these pitchers can slot into our bullpen. Like we have a good shot. We have enough guys to where I think we can pull something together in a few years. And you, my good man, need to start your season in Double-A, because I'm pretty sure this was the guy the fucking Angels took first overall last year, and then they just didn't bother signing him. So we technically have the first overall pick from last year's draft on our team. Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore's gonna have the starting third base job, but I can probably see him being more of a. He's probably going to be a utility man in a few years once Stokes gets to the majors. So yeah. Trevor Story's probably on his way out. I don't think Martin makes the majors this year, so I will probably have to go out and sign a stopgap shortstop at that time, or trade for one. Or hell, who knows? Maybe Chris Owens will get the starting job. Maybe I'll just fucking get Eduardo Nunez out of free agency. Eric Gonzalez. Guy has played 200 games over the past few years and done jack shit. Wait, 200 games, or is it? Yeah, 267 games. Anyways, let's go into spring training and set up. Let's set up our starting 9 and see who. Okay, who gets on the most? Who's got the best discipline on the team right now? Story, you're our leadoff hitter. And who's our overall next best hitter? Dahl will have Hilliard 4th. Hess will have McMahon in the 3 hole. Moore after that. Wait. Dylan Moore. Josh Reddick. Anyway, so we're gonna have this. Moore will hit 5th. Rogers will hit 8th. There was some positive development for Rogers last year, so I'm hoping he keeps it up. Instead of having a 522 OPS, he had a 667 OPS. But overall, his overall went up a good like 4 or 5 points. So let's hope he keeps that up. Wait a minute. Oh god. We're gonna have Walters as our leadoff hitter. That is definitely that is fucking beautiful. Tony Walters in the leadoff spot. Trevor Story, Sam Hilliard, David Dahl, Ryan McMahon, Dylan Moore, Tyler Reddick, or Josh Reddick. Tyler Reddick is a fucking NASCAR driver. What the hell am I thinking? That shows you how fucking... Yeah, I watched the Daytona 500 last night, and Jesus Christ, that race was interesting. Well, I guess if it wasn't interesting, I probably wouldn't be watching it, so that's probably a given. Chris Owings. Okay, so on the rare occasion we'll have a DH. Tapia will be our left fielder. And who's the better defensive first baseman? I'm just gonna go with fucking McMahon because it's literally the same, but McMahon has better peripheral stats. Dylan Moore will continue to be our third baseman, and Josh Reddick. Against lefties, I'm actually gonna lead off Story, and then have Hilliard and then have Dahl in the 2 hole. Sam Hilliard is going to bat fourth. McMahon's gonna hit, no, McMahon's gonna hit third. Hilliard's gonna be fourth. Moore, who's better hitter against lefty? Reddick's gonna hit fifth, Moore sixth. And then I'm gonna have Walters hitting in the 9 hole, Nevin is gonna hit there. And that's against team, that's when we're in the American League. And then I'm gonna have Walters hitting the 9 hole against lefties. Moore and Reddick, Story, Dahl. Yes, I'm actually gonna have my pitcher hit 8th. McMahon, Hilliard, Reddick, Moore, Rogers. So yes, Tony Walters is either going to lead off or bat 9th. Oh god. I am very weird in my lineup construction. Everybody is quite happy, it seems. I think I'm going to actually have Manoah start the first game of spring training, and then I'm going to have Small start a game later on in the spring. Basically, all 5 of these guys down here are going to get starts. And I'd actually rather see them over guys like Bowden. Barraclaw I've basically given a roster spot to. Phelps I've given a roster spot to. Montgomery, Jairo Diaz, you have a roster spot. So yeah, Brandon Gold, you basically, you don't have a roster spot, but Holland does. Mike Montgomery has a roster spot basically handed to him. So yeah, if they're down here, they won't pitch, but considering all 5 of these guys have roster spots already, I don't really care. Yeah, the next episode will be spring training. So yeah, sorry about how weird this episode is. And I'm gonna sign the best scouts. Jesus Christ, and nobody has an international? There are no good scouts from the Central. Oh, whatever. You know what? Instead of that, I think I'm just going to double dip in Western scouts, so we're just going to completely ignore the middle of the country. Actually, this Western scout has better stats than I want. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See ya.